With plans for Edge revealed and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report for July 21st. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Talking to Digital Spy about his match against Cody Rhodes from Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins noted his thoughts on his opponent's injury. It was pretty gnarly. I don't think I expected it to look like that. I've had some torn muscles in my day and I know that the blood seeps down. Gravity just takes over, but I had never seen anything like that. I remember Triple H had torn his pec some time ago at an event and shared a picture of it, and it was pretty brutal, but nothing like what we saw from Cody at Hell in a Cell. His bicep, tricep, shoulder, pec, it was down to his belly button almost. It was pretty gnarly. It was definitely shocking, and I think the way I felt about it was how the audience in Chicago felt. They were just very uncomfortable for the first little bit. I think people were even worried just to cheer for him because it was so wild. When asked about his former faction with Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins mentioned during that same interview, "I can say that, and maybe this might come back to bite me at some point, but I just don't think you're ever going to see the three of us team up ever again. It wouldn't look the way you want it to look. It wouldn't be like the old days in the Shield. It would be a different animal. I think we're all just two big stars with two big personalities at this point. We needed each other back then, and now none of us need the other one. We're at a point where we're all standalone stars on a different level. So to have to kind of minimize that to fit into each other's molds, I just don't see it ever happening again. I think it would look a whole lot different than the next time you see us together. The next time you see us together, it's going to be when we're inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's going to be it." For his appearance on the True Geordie podcast, Chris Jericho recalled his feud against Chyna in WWE, saying this about working with her: "Terrible. She was terrible to work with. She wasn't good, but she thought she was. And she was also in a position where she was being pushed really big, so she could beat up guys. She couldn't, and I never got that credit. No one ever said I made her look good. It was the other side of the coin. I got in big trouble because at one point, when I first started working with her, Vince said to me, 'Don't treat her like a woman, treat her like a wrestler.' And she was really stiff too. Worked very strong. I'm not talking bad about her, it is just the truth. We worked together, it was a solid fight in many ways. I remember one time she got a little bit of a black eye from me, and you would have thought that I cut her arm off with a chainsaw. I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose, but what do you expect? It was a tough position for me to be in. It was my first real angle in WWE, but I did the best that I could. Hope that I proved some things. But there were a lot of issues with working with her." Speaking about why he wasn't able to level up during his run as Cesaro in WWE, Claudio Castagnoli told the 10 Count podcast, "If I would know the answer, we probably wouldn't have that discussion, right? It's just one of those things that I do not have the answer. There is obviously a lot of speculation going on, but if I would have known, I would have obviously done it. There was a lot of one step forward, two steps back. I feel that's how life is for many people. You have to just keep going and learn from those experiences and make decisions based on that. That's why I'm where I'm at now, and I'm very happy. I'm also very grateful for John Cena, sharing the ring with him, the experiences, the amount I learned, and the respect I have for him, and I'd like to think he has for me. That's something I built over the past 10 or 15 years. That's the same with the fans. They accepted me. I'm not the guy that is just a former WWE guy. They know I've been with Ring of Honor. I've been on the indies. They also know every single time I step in the ring, I always give it 100%, no matter if the match is 2 minutes or 35 minutes. I want to make it the best match possible. It's very important to me that it's authentic. I don't have an answer to that question, but if that journey brought me to where I am today, I am very happy and extremely grateful to have been on that journey and to be here today." In that same interview, Claudio would also talk about a moment during the Blood and Guts match where he performed a swing on Chris Jericho on top of the cage. With matches like that, you want to familiarize yourself with the structure and everything, all that's involved. That was kind of, if I was going to do it, that was the only place I felt comfortable because of the structure. There's so much stuff up there. The way the cage is welded together and lowered with the chain and rigged and everything, the way it looked obviously, and the way it was shot, it was awesome. And it was one of those moments that will hopefully live on for a long time because yeah, it was freaking awesome. I mean, it was freaking awesome for me. I don't think Jericho enjoyed it too much. Speaking about her upcoming match against Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan explained why she is going to win on the Pat McAfee show. I know I'm walking into my own championship match as the underdog. I know that people think that I'm only champion because I cashed in on a less than 100% Ronda Rousey. People are doubting I pull through with a Ronda Rousey that's 100%, and I've sat with this, and I've thought about it. Do you know why I know I'm gonna Pat? It's because I love it more than her, and I want it more than her. I didn't grow up wanting to be a UFC champion. I didn't grow up wanting to be an Olympic athlete. I grew up wanting to be a WWE champion. So I'm a WWE superstar through and through that lives and breathes and dies for this business. So that's why I'm going to survive Ronda Rousey. Despite reports of those backstage in WWE wanting to push him as a single star, when asked about this during an interview with Sports Illustrated, Montez Ford said, "The difference between singles wrestling and being part of a tag team is that all the attention is on you. I'm not ready to shift my focus yet. There is still a lot left for me to attain with Dawkins. SummerSlam is a huge opportunity. We want to make that night special." After the passing of Brodie Lee, AEW allowed his son to be on the program, which has apparently led to some thinking the company is exploiting Lee's family. Brodie's wife, Amanda Huber, spoke to Men's Health about this idea. First, she spoke about what Brodie would think seeing his son wrestle so early. He would tell you he absolutely hates it, but I could tell you that deep down in his heart, he would be just bubbling over the moon. Huber then noted this in regards to the accusations of exploitation. That's not it either. Such grace and such kindness, that I personally don't feel like they've exploited him or taking advantage of us. Everything's always felt to me like it's done with nothing but love. I think people are skeptical and pessimistic and assume that it's a lot more sinister than it is. Again, everybody would have a different way of handling this. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. There's a good chance I'm screwing something up along the way. Brodie Lee Jr. would add, "I bet if he was here, he would probably change his mind. He just wanted me to be happy. If he were here, have him see me be in the happiest place, me being in the happiest mood, I feel like that would brighten up his day. Being involved helps me because, I am carrying the legacy of my dad. I do it because I love it, and my dad did it." While Wardlow is seen as an up-and-coming star in AEW, Road Dogg has a bone to pick with the company over their booking of him, as he told Sportskeeda this about his recent title defense against Orange Cassidy. "I wasn't a fan. It took him 18 minutes. First, they give him the jabroni title. It doesn't mean nothing when he was a guy that seemed like he was the guy, and maybe he is in the future. I just don't think you needed to give him that other than the best title. And then it took him 18 minutes to beat the jokey guy. I didn't understand it at all. It was literally booking 101. You put your big, huge, beautiful babyface against the other beautiful babyface with a gang of guys out there. What are we trying to do here? What are you trying to do in this segment? What story are we telling? Is it just a good win for Wardlow? Okay, 6 minutes. Kick me, kick me, kick me, go for the super kick, and I powerbomb the crap out of you." With MMA fighter Valerie Loureda signing a contract with WWE, the 23-year-old talked to Hot 97 about potential matchups. Charlotte Flair. She actually followed me and she messaged me, and I felt a lot of support because when I went to WrestleMania 38, I was watching her and I just saw her star power, the way she was able to engage people, bring it in, and I just thought it was so amazing. So I've been studying her a lot, and when I was at my tryout in Orlando, I was like, I'm nervous. She was like, "You're okay. Tell Coach Smiley I said hi," and she was so cute. So I really like her, and I'm watching a lot of her promos, and the way she works the mic and wrestles, and just, I love her. With Edge expected to return for Raw next week, Wrestling Observer Live's Brian Alvarez revealed what's next for him. I think they've already got Rated R Superstar merch, so I'm pretty sure that he's returning as the Rated R Superstar. Now what that means as a babyface or as a heel, I don't know. I don't think he's coming back to Judgment Day, especially because he left Judgment Day. He left because he didn't want to be involved with anybody spooky, but then they haven't done anything spooky with Judgment Day. On Web is Jericho, Dax Harwood of FTR revealed that he injured himself prior to the team's match against the Briscoes. As he said, "I got a torn labrum right before the match with the Briscoes. I took a suplex on the floor and it's still very uncomfortable just to sit down. To walk or to run it doesn't bother me, but to sit down it just kills me. Every match you have, I don't care how old you are or how young you are, every match is going to take a toll on your body. We'll take a move, even just a shoulder tackle. Shoulder tackle hurts so bad. We'll take this move, and you'll watch guys get right back up and smile and laugh." And in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go home to my daughter, and that one tackle, that one bump hurts so bad that I can't play with her. So why are we telling these fans this doesn't hurt? Watch. The ring is springy. It's like a trampoline. It's the complete opposite. Everything hurts. Making his debut for AEW last night, it seems former NXT star Cole Carter has been signed by the company, with it reported that Fightful Select was told by multiple AEW sources on Thursday morning that Cole Carter was under an AEW deal after a showing against Ricky Starks for the FTW title on the July 20th AEW Dynamite, with Carter telling some AEW talent of the news. When we poked around, we were told that it was likely a tiered deal. It was reported that AEW is hoping for many of their big-name stars to make a return for All Out, as Adam Cole gave an update on his injury with GameSpot. "I'm doing okay. I'm definitely on the path, on the track to recovery for sure. I have a great team around me that is helping and just making sure that I'm taken care of to the best of my ability. AEW has been fantastic as far as making sure that I'm getting the right care that I deserve, and I feel like a progress and a move forward every single week for sure, because I was pretty banged up. So again, for 14 years, being in the pro wrestling industry, I think the most time I'd ever taken off, ever, as far as traveling, being on the road, was 1 month. I've been going non-stop. So eventually, our bodies kind of catch up to us, and I had a couple of things that were kind of lingering for me. And then with what happened at Forbidden Door. But I feel good. I'm very confident I'll be back in the ring soon. I'm excited to be back. I miss it so much already. But yeah, I'm feeling good. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.